Hi all and welcome to the Complete Corner Garage build. Enjoy. Before I start a build, I always like to do a little research into the dimensions. I usually build my modulars one plate higher to leave room for the sidewalk to have a curb. With this build though, I want the street part to be level with the street throughout the city, so I'm only elevating certain parts. You can do a lot with elevation using these Mills plates. You can see in the pics above, I build the quick E-Mart up to leave room for the Homer in the Bush's mechanisms. Now on to the actual build, starting with the street and sidewalk. You'll notice I reverse the colors of both, so they match the rest of the city. I keep plenty of light and dark bluish gray tiles on hand just in case. I also like to add some jumpers throughout for future minifig placement. I'm leaving this corner for later. Might have to make some height adjustments as we go. You can see the garage starting to come together. And to start what looks like a staircase, probably going up to the vet's office. Looks like a mechanism for the car lift here. It'll be fun to see if this lift can actually hold a car when we're done. Starting on the doors here, let's see how much we need to modify it to fit. Adding a step so it doesn't look too high. This is going to be a little annoying. And after a little messing around, we've got it. Perfect fit. Really cool use of the round 1x1s here to connect everything together. We got some stairs coming in over here. And on to the garage door mechanism. This should be cool. I haven't seen a door like this since one of my childhood sets from the 90s. I think it was a firehouse. That's awesome. Some details going in and setting up for the second floor connection. The floor looked a little unfinished to me, so I decided to tile the garage area to match the street. Moving out front to the gas pump, let's hope our height changes all work out here. Love the octant signs on the gas pumps. Even have a bucket for a squeegee. Do you guys like this view better than bird's eye? Comment and let me know. Really cool snot technique here to connect the skylights. Now to see if our planning paid off. Another perfect fit. Now the details, I always change out the standard white lamppost to black, finished up, and started bringing the building to life. At that point, it mostly just looked like a repair shop, with a lot of potential. Today, we're moving upstairs and getting into some of the details that really make this set stand out. One thing I love about modulars is that they always look terrible right before they start looking amazing. You'll spend an hour building random walls, windows, and little interior details, wondering where Lego is going with it. Then all of a sudden it clicks and starts looking like an actual building. Thankfully, that's about where we're at now. While we're working on this section, I want to talk a little bit about where this building is actually going in the city. When I started building the train layout, the city wasn't really part of the plan. The trains came first, and the city sort of happened afterwards, which means every time I add another modular, I end up rearranging something. Roads move, sidewalks move, entire buildings move. It's a very sophisticated planning process. Basically, I just keep convincing myself I'll figure out later. So far, it's working. I'm actually planning a move for the Avengers Tower soonish. We're going to lose the coolness of the train circling the tower, but the trade-off will be a far more space-efficient layout, allowing me to fit at least 4 additional modules in the area. 5 if I get lucky. Now we're getting into the veterinary clinic level, which is still one of the funniest combinations Lego has ever come up with. A mechanic shop on the first floor, a vet clinic on the second floor, an apartment upstairs. Somebody at Lego definitely had fun pitching this one. As these walls start going up, you can see why people like this set so much. There are details packed everywhere. Most people will never see half of them once the building is closed up, but as the builder, you know they're there, and somehow that makes it worth it. One thing I really like about the corner garage is that it feels like an actual place. You can picture somebody dropping off their car. You can picture somebody bringing their dog to the vet. You can picture the tenant upstairs trying to sleep while an engine is getting rebuilt downstairs. That apartment can't be cheap, or maybe it has to be. Either way, it's probably loud. As we keep building, you can really start seeing the shape of the building come together. Most modulars are pretty square or rectangular. The corner garage basically decided it wasn't going to doing that. The angles, the bay windows, and the curved front give it a completely different look from the rest of the lineup. And honestly, I think that's why it stands out so much. Not every building in a city should look the same. One thing that always happens during these builds is I'll spend 30 seconds looking for a piece that's sitting right in front of me. Sometimes it's attached to another piece. Sometimes it's stuck to my hand. Sometimes I already use it in the wrong place. It's one of the many skills I've developed as a Lego builder. Not a useful skill, but definitely a skill. Now we're getting up into the apartment level, and this is where everything starts coming together. This is usually my favorite part of a modular build. For hours you've been building sections that don't seem connected. Then suddenly you stack everything together and it starts looking like a real building. The roof goes on, the details line up, the windows come together, and you can finally see what Lego is going for. At this point, I should probably stop counting how many buildings I still want to add to the city. Every time I finish one project, I come up with 3 more. The good news is there's always another build. The bad news is there's always another build. If you've ever built a Lego city, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As the final details go together, I think this thing looks fantastic. The color scheme is unique. The architecture is unique. The shape is unique. It doesn't really look like any other modular Lego has made. And that's pretty impressive considering how many modulars there have been over the years. One thing I've noticed with modulars is that my opinion of a set usually changes while I'm building it. When I first started this one, I liked it, but I wasn't really sure where it would rank compared to some of my other modulars. But the further along I get, the more I appreciate it. It's just different. The colors are different. The shape is different. Even the overall concept is a little unusual, and I think that's what makes it memorable. There are plenty of modulars that look like realistic city buildings. The corner garage feels like the kind of place you'd actually notice if you walked past it. It has personality. You can imagine people stopping in for repairs, bringing their pets upstairs, and somehow the whole thing still works as a single building. It's definitely one of those sets that gets better the longer you look at it. And honestly, those are usually the ones that end up becoming favorites. I have a couple of surprises planned for the roof. And there it is. The corner garage is officially complete. A mechanic shop, a veterinary clinic, an apartment, and a tow truck that's probably responsible for keeping the entire business running. Looking at it now, it's hard to believe this started as a pile of numbered bags spread across the table. That's one of the things I love most about Lego. A few hours earlier, it's organized chaos. A few hours later, it's ready to move into the city. I'm really happy with how this one turned out, and I think it's going to fit into the layout perfectly. Check out the ninja, try and get some sun. Just try and enjoy his day off from ninja stuff. And wait, is that Superman bursting out of the roof door? Let me know in the comments where the corner garage ranks on your list of favorite modulars. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. We got plenty more city expansion projects coming up, and trust me, we're just getting started. Next up, we have a custom design. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything.